Good morning again, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of this year's autumn deep cleans. Today we are going to be cleaning my teeny tiny toilet room. Now, obviously, it goes without saying, this is a very small room, and it's quite difficult to deep clean this room and move around a tripod. So please bear with me if I do go slightly out of frame cleaning. If you can't quite see all of the corners and things that I am cleaning, I do apologise. Unfortunately, it's impossible to get the angles on every single corner, every single space in this room, because it's just so tiny, and the tripod needs to have space to kind of expand the legs so that it can hold the camera properly. So, with that being said, let's get on with the clean. Once again, I have removed everything excess in the room that I can remove to make the job a little bit easier. Like I say, it's a tiny room. The more stuff I've got in there, the more difficult it is to clean. So I've moved out as much as I possibly can. I don't need to do a decluttering here today, because literally the only things that we have in this toilet room are spare loo rolls, an air freshener and sanitary supplies. We don't keep anything else in this room, and therefore it does not need declutter today. So I've just removed it, and I'm going to get started cleaning down the walls. Now, this back wall, I am using the Flash bathroom cleaner that I picked up yesterday. It's the spray wipe done bathroom. And for the rest of the walls, I'm going to be using a very slight dilution of Zoflora. So mainly water, probably about 95% water and just a tiny little bit of Zoflora. And I'm going to be wiping down the walls. Now, I don't recommend doing this. I wouldn't put this down to anything like OCD. I think OCD gets thrown around a little bit too much when people just like things to be neat and tidy. If it's not a compulsion and it's not obsessive, it's not OCD, it's a preference. For me, my preference is when I'm doing a deep clean of a room, I like to deep clean it as thoroughly as possible, and for me, that includes the walls. And that includes paint that is not wipe clean, is not waterproof, and is not designed for being cleaned the way that I'm cleaning it. This is one of the reasons why I do have to touch up paint and redecorate so often. It's because I'm wearing it down, cleaning it, but that is my preference and that is my choice. I am not suggesting that this is the correct way of cleaning. It's not. If you want to be wiping down walls like I'm doing, probably get wipe clean paint, simple as that, really. I just didn't. I had some matte paint, and I used the matte paint, and that's what I'm going to clean. So I'm just going over it with a damp microfiber cloth that's soaked in that kind of Zoflora water mix, and I'm just getting all the kind of dust, all the little particles, the cobwebs, little hairs, things like that have stuck to the wall over the last few months, and I'm getting them off with that, and it works a charm. Yes, it does take some of the paint off. If you're wondering, it does take some of the paint off. If you are wondering about this colour, this is the Dulux paint in Natural Hessian. It's one of my favourite colours. I've got it all over my house. There's only a couple of rooms where it's looked wrong, but I love it in the bathroom and in the toilet, so that's where it's going to stay. I'm just going to give it a good clean wipe down, and that will be good to go. I like to wipe down the walls in the toilet room a little bit more frequently than I would in any other room. Most of the other rooms get the walls wiped down twice a year, once on my spring clean, once on my autumn clean. The toilet tends to get maybe once a month, every couple of months, because of the nature of the room that you're in. It only takes one person to flush the loo with the seat up after doing their business, and that then kind of sprays fecal particles around the room, which then cling to everything inside, including the paint on the walls, particularly with the panelling. So I do like to make sure that I do this nice and frequently. Not that we're licking walls or anything like that. It's just general hygiene, really. It's just my own peace of mind knowing that we don't have them particles stuck to the wall, or at least as few as possible stuck to the wall. It also, I find, acts as a little bit of a cheeky air freshener for a couple of days. The paint holds on to the scent of the Zoflora, and it acts like its own kind of self-freshening room for a couple of days. Obviously, if you are going to do this, please be careful. Please check it on an inconspicuous piece of paint first before you go ahead and do it. I found it to be alright on my paint, might not be on yours. Just check it, be careful, use your brain. You don't need me to tell you, but here I am telling you anyway. So this is going to be day 2 of the deep cleans, and this is my last easy room. It's getting heavier after this. Next week I'm going to be moving on to, I haven't quite decided yet, I'm thinking probably the kitchen, but if not kitchen, it will be the lounge this week. They both take a lot of doing, and I think they're going to take both days that I have on the weekend to get them done. I think the kitchen may even take a little bit longer because I've got one heck of a declutter to do in there, and then I've got of course a deep clean as well, which in a kitchen is pretty heavy going. So this is the last of my nice relaxing days. I think this clean took me maybe an hour and a half, something like that. It wasn't too bad. I think most of the time was just used up trying to get correct angles on the camera, trying not to kick my bowl of water over, bringing the step in and out to reach areas of the toilet room that I couldn't reach, falling over things, getting knocked into by this door, which for whatever reason does not stay open when you open it. I have to wedge it with my Harpic, which isn't very attractive, but hey, it's got to be done. But yeah, it didn't take very long at all, so I'm going to take the rest of my Sunday as a nice little relax, get this edited, get this up so you guys can watch it, and then I shall kind of rest in the evenings next week, and then come next weekend it's going to be either the kitchen or the lounge. I would prefer it to be the kitchen, however I'm thinking it's more likely it's going to be the lounge because I've got this weekend coming and then one more week at work after that, so I've got 2 weeks at work, 1 weekend, and then after that it's the half-term holidays for the school. So I'll have more than a weekend, which aligns a little bit better with the kitchen deep clean than the lounge. So I might do the lounge next weekend and the kitchen after. But yeah, still not completely decided yet, so you guys will just have to wait and see. So I'm cleaning the loo itself now. I've moved back to the flash spray, the spray wipe done in the bathroom. Bathroom scent, whatever the scent is. I think it's like a linen or something like that, I believe it is. I haven't got it with me currently, but it just flash spray wipe down bathroom. It's a blue one, it smells gorgeous, it's doing a really, really good job, and I'm using it for the first time to clean the loo, and I'm very, very impressed with it. It's looking very good. And I've just gone to grab the Pink Stuff powder. Again, like I said yesterday on the haul video, this is really just a bit of fun. Yes, it is cleaning the toilet, but for me, it's more the fun of it foaming up and getting to squash it down. It just helps to keep me motivated, helps to keep me going. Cleaning the loo is not the loveliest job on the planet. It's not one I particularly enjoy, but it is one that needs doing and needs doing regularly. I just wish this room was that little bit bigger so that I could actually move around in there properly. I know I'm blocking, like right now, I'm blocking a lot of what I'm doing with my body and my big old head, because I just can't get that camera in there. I wish I had a slightly bigger room so you could really see what I was doing there, but I was just reaching around the bottom of the toilet bowl and the stand where it meets the floor and just making sure that was all done as well. So I'm just going now round with the toilet brush, squashing down that lovely big cloud of Pink Stuff powder, foaming powder, which is great fun, and cleaning the actual toilet with it. I'm also going to leave the, I didn't actually include this, but I'm going to leave the toilet brush soaking in a little bit of bleach for a couple of hours. Then I'll give that a good rinse off and it'll be ready to go again for the next month. And so now we're just back to kind of dressing the room and finishing the floors up. So I'm popping in the little pumpkin spice Airwick reed diffuser that I picked up yesterday. The only pumpkin spice thing that I could find in the whole of town was this. And so I picked that up. It actually smells quite nice, I must admit. It's a nice pumpkin scent. It's not too sweet. I think a lot of them are very, very sickly. They're kind of with vanilla and cinnamon, and although it's a gorgeous smell, when your whole house smells like it the whole time, it can get a little bit old and a little bit sickly. So this is quite a nice, tame, not too sweet pumpkin spice. It's lovely. It's just right for what I want it for. So I've set that up on the shelf, and now I'm just going to finish off today by sweeping and mopping the floor. When I mop the floor today, I'm just going to be spraying the floor with some of that Flash spray again, and going over it with a nice hot water string mop. Nothing fancy here. It's only a teeny weeny room. I don't really want to be scrubbing the floor today. It doesn't need it. It gets a scrub quite regularly. So it just needs a mop today with a little bit of the Flash spray, and then that's it for the cleaning. I wish all the rooms were this quick and easy. I feel like I'm going to regret getting these ones done early. I think I did it to kind of motivate myself, but I think maybe I should have left these till the end, so when I'm already fatigued from the rest of the rooms, these are nice and easy. But hey ho, they're done now. They're lovely and clean. They smell beautiful. That Flash stuff smells gorgeous. And here we go. The final reveal, and my little Harpic propping the door open. All clean, all fresh. Got my little pumpkin spice diffuser in there, and everything is smelling and looking gorgeous and clean and ready to get us through another few months of just little top up cleans. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.